Now, after you have created the models and trained the models and evaluated them to be suitable for your application, you don't want to lose all that effort once if you close your notebook or once if you go away from your application. So one of the key critical things that you would do is once if you have the model done and trained and tested for your work, you would use save model that will save many aspects of the model, including the architecture and loading the weights as well. So, and then you would close the application. Sometime later, if you, whenever you want to use the model, you would use that name to load the model, and that's what we're going to see. And again, once if you load the model, you can use the model for any purposes such as predictions or continuing training and all that. So here is the same example, that working example, that loading the MNIST data and then training it. Once if you run the model, you can also do the callbacks. So for example, callback to save, when on training end, you can create the model, or also if you were to look at the epochs, and you can monitor the accuracy of the model, and if the accuracy seems to decrease or if the losses seems to increase, you can choose to stop the training and save the models that best computes the model accuracy. So there are a couple of ways that you can save the model, but in this particular case I'm not saving it. That's just a segue into how you might consider doing it. When you're saving the model, you may want to save other parameters such as how did you normalize your data and many other things, so you can retrieve them and reuse them in your application. So I'm not doing that. I did the compile model fit. So if it were to take a look at the model directory, I'm going to save it in the model. So you can see that there is no model directory. Now after model is done, I can say save the model. Yeah, overwrite it. You may choose to pick a different name for each of the models or back it up. In this particular case, I'm just overwriting it, and I'm including the optimizers and other architecture as well. You can also save just the weights of the model if you desire so. So once if you look at the model and I look at the directory again, I have different folders within the models directory. And then you would go away, or you would save the model, or some of the process may save the model, and then you would come back after some time, load the model using this model 1. I'm using a different name just to ensure that you're convinced that I'm loading a different model than the model that I saved. So I say tf.keras.models, load model, give it the directory where it stored the models, and after that, if you were to take a look at that, the predictions happens to work as expected. So in this particular case, I'm randomly picking few numbers and then calling the prediction and see if the saved model is the same as the one that we actually created. So it seems like that's what seems like it loaded the model and reusing the model. So that's all there is to Keras TensorFlow, and we are going to use all this to build more serious machine learning algorithms in the next set of videos.